Next is electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain. What is electron gain enthalpy? So electron gain enthalpy is the energy released or required, when an electron is added to an atom. When an electron is added to an atom, sometimes the energy released or sometimes it may be required. So if the energy required or released when an electron is added to an atom, that energy is called the electron gain enthalpy. So if it is released, we can say it is a negative value. So if we see the negative value or the energies, if the energy is negative, the value is negative, we can say that the energy will be released. If it is required, we can say the energy will be positive. So if we have a positive value, we can say the energy is required in that case. If we have a negative value, we can say the energy is released in that case. So anyway, when an electron is added to an atom, the energy may be released or required. So that energy is known as electron gain enthalpy. So what happens when we check whether it is increasing or decreasing down the group. So down the group, what happens in group 16, down the group, what happens to the electron gain enthalpy? So down the group, again we can write the reasons like atomic size increases, distance between nucleus and outer electron increases. So attraction between nucleus and outer electron decreases. So if the distance is more, the attraction becomes less. So the electron gain enthalpy or the enthalpy change or the electron gain enthalpy will be less when we are coming down the group. That means if we are adding an electron, the amount of energy released, the amount of energy will be released will be it will be more it will be less negative when we are moving down the group. That is a point. That means if electron gain enthalpy decreases down the group, so electron gain enthalpy decreases down the group. So if you are adding one electron here, the attraction will be less. So when we are moving down, the nucleus, the distance from the nucleus and the outer electron, that is more, and the attraction between the nucleus and the electron is also that is less. So the nucleus and the attraction between the nucleus and the outer electron will be less. So it cannot hold an electron. So if we are adding an electron here to the outermost electron, so the nucleus cannot hold that electron. So that means less energy will be released. So less energy will be released if we are coming down the group. So less energy will be released if you are coming down the group. That means electron gain enthalpy will be less. So less energy will be released. That means if it is releasing, we know that it will be a negative value. Here we can say there is less negative. If we will be seeing less negative value when coming down the group. So anyway, electron gain enthalpy decreases down the group. So here there is a question. So we are expecting electron gain enthalpy down the group decreases. That is, we are expecting electron gain enthalpy so oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium. So here oxygen, which is having more electron gain enthalpy. So that is our expectation. and which is decreasing down the group. But actually oxygen is having more electron gain enthalpy it is having less electron gain enthalpy than sulfur, then it is normally decreasing what we are expecting. So in the actual case, so this is the actual case, that is oxygen is having less electron gain enthalpy than sulfur, then selenium, then tellurium. So this is an anomalous behavior. Here we can see an anomalous behavior, that is oxygen is having less electron gain enthalpy than sulfur, which is having more electron gain enthalpy than selenium. So this is our expectation. So we have seen electron gain enthalpy decreases down the group. So but oxygen and sulfur, if you are comparing oxygen and sulfur, there is a difference, that is oxygen is having minus 141 kilojoule per mole and sulfur is having 200 minus 200 kilojoule per mole. So there is oxygen is having less electron gain enthalpy. Less electron gain enthalpy. Why? So that is the question. So oxygen is having less electron gain enthalpy than sulfur. So we need to know the number only. So we don't mind the negative value. The negative value indicates it is releasing. So that is the point. So if it is negative, it will be releasing. The energy is releasing. That is the only point that we get from the negative sign. But we need to check the number. So 141 and 200. That means if one electron is added to oxygen, if one electron is added to oxygen, 141 kilojoule per mole energy, that amount of energy is released. That is why it is negative. If one electron is added to sulfur, 200 kilojoule per mole, that much energy is released in the case of sulfur. That is why it will be negative. That is the only difference. So we need to know the negative sign indicates the energy is released. That's all about the negative value. But we have to think about the number, that is 141 and 200. So less amount of energy is released in the case of oxygen and more energy is released in the case of sulfur. But we are expecting, if you are coming down the group, it should be decreasing down the group. But comparing these two, sulfur is having more electron gain enthalpy. So that is the question. Oxygen has less electron gain enthalpy than sulfur. So in the case of oxygen, we know that oxygen is the most electronegative element. The reasons are oxygen is the most electronegative element. Oxygen is the most electronegative element. So it is the most electronegative element. They are having some electrons, and we know that that is having a lone pair of electrons, and since it is a small atom, it is a very small atom, it is a very small atom, there is interelectronic repulsion. That is the main point. So in the case of oxygen, why there is less energy, less electron gain enthalpy? So oxygen is a small atom. It is a small atom, then more electronegative. So it is more electronegative in nature. Since it is a very small atom, already they are having lone pair of electrons. It is a small atom. There will be interelectronic repulsion. Interelectronic repulsion. So that is the main point. So due to the interelectronic repulsion, it is not easy to accept an electron from outside. That is the point. So in the case of oxygen, the atom is very small. They are having electrons, and due to their small size, the electrons, when we are trying to add one electron, it will be very difficult due to the interelectronic repulsion in oxygen atom. But in the case of sulfur, the atomic size is more than oxygen. It is having more size than oxygen. There is no chance of interelectronic repulsion, and the electron will easily go with sulfur. So it will release more energy. So more energy is released in the case of sulfur. There is no interelectronic repulsion. But in the case of oxygen, there is interelectronic repulsion. It is very difficult to add one electron to this small atom. That is why there is small value of electron gain enthalpy. Now let us see another point, that is electronegativity. Electronegativity, we know that the oxygen atom is more electronegative in this group, more electronegative. Then we know that this oxygen and sulfur, they are actually non-metals. Sulfur and selenium and tellurium, they are metalloids. Then polonium is a metal, but it is a radioactive metal. That is another important question. What is the only radioactive metal in group 16? So polonium is a metal, but it is radioactive metal. And we know that the metallic character is actually increasing here. The metallic character is increasing. So the electrons are in the outermost shell, that is far away from the nucleus as we are coming down the group. So we can say there is electronegativity, metallic character increases down the group. So metallic character means electropositive character. So tendency to lose electrons will be more when we are coming down the group. So tendency to lose electrons will be decreasing. Tendency to lose electrons will be increasing, and tendency to gain electron will be decreasing. So electronegativity decreases down the group. So electronegativity decreases down the group. Oxygen is the most electronegative element. So metallic character increases down the group. That is the next point. So in this point, metallic and non-metallic character. So metallic character actually that increases down the group. That means tendency to lose electron is increasing down the group. So non-metallic character decreases down the group. So non-metals are oxygen and sulfur. So the non-metallic character decreases down the group. Metallic character increases down the non-metallic character decreases, metallic character increases down. Metallic character increases down the group. Non-metallic character decreases down the group. That is the point. Then next one is melting point and boiling point. melting point and boiling point. So what about the melting point and boiling point? So in the case of melting point and boiling point, if you are coming down the group, the atomic size increases, so mass will be increasing, so melting point and boiling point increases down the group. If you are moving from top to bottom, the atomic size increases and thereby increasing the mass, and melting point and boiling point also increases. So here there is a question, why there is a large difference between the melting point and boiling point in oxygen and sulfur. Why there is a large difference? So there will be a large difference between oxygen and sulfur. So why there is a difference, large difference? The large difference is due to oxygen is a diatomic molecule. It's a diatomic molecule O2. So it is like this, O double bond O. But sulfur is a polyatomic molecule, S8. So the structure may be a puckered ring structure. So a crown-like structure or a puckered ring structure in the case of sulfur. So sulfur is having, it is S8 molecule. It is S8 molecule. It is having a crown shape structure or a puckered ring structure. So since it is polyatomic, more energy is needed to break this type of bond. More energy is needed to break the bond. Therefore, more boiling point and melting point. So in the case of oxygen, it is diatomic in nature. It is like O double bond O. But in the case of sulfur, it is polyatomic. It is like this. So more energy is needed to break this type of bond. So there will be more melting point and boiling point. So this is about the trends and some physical properties of group 16 elements.